Hello everyone, this is SageEthereal, and welcome to another episode of Modded Minecraft playing the Avant 3 mod pack. I want to thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with me. It is always great to have you here, and we're picking up after... excuse me. I have a little bit of a cold, just a little bit of a forewarning there. That or it's allergies. I'm not 100% sure. We're picking up pretty much where we left off in the last episode. We did a few different things last episode. We got our dimension, or our portal to the mining dimension up and running. I did a little bit of mining in between episodes, as well as a little bit of babysitting some crops. And you might be wondering what I am doing now. Well, what I'm doing is I am hoeing up some of this grass, looking for a specific item that can drop. There we go. Worms. I've done a little bit. I've got 6 of them. These will help out our farming a bit. So I'm just going to deplete the durability on this hoe, and then we will head back. So as I said, I did a little bit of mining in the mining dimension. I could probably go and show you what I've done, but not too much. I think I have enough resources to get us going with something. I'm thinking probably Ender.io is what I'm going to want to get into first. I'm familiar with it. It's pretty useful, you know, all those reasons. So I think it will make a good first or initial processing for our materials. That, or I may look at, I think Actually Additions has things, which might also work. We'll see. We'll just have to take a look and see mostly what the recipes are like. I'm still not super great on resources. So we're back here at our little hole in the wall. As you can see, I have been tending to these a bit. We've got some powerful sprouts, a decent amount of resource sprouts, which we're going to start using, and a few other things, a couple ultimate. But what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to use these worms. And what we can do is we can place them down on dirt. And as you can see, they've started to hoe and actually water the terrain. So they'll keep this wet and tilled, and they also provide a small little passive boost to plants. So we'll also put one here. We're going to have to remove the plant first, but we can put one there. They do, as you saw, a 3x3 radius. Well, total area, I guess. Radius isn't quite the right word for that. And we will be able to fill in this water source. It should get hoed up. There we go. And actually, I think I had an extra. I do. So we'll plant down some more resource seeds. This here is ready to go. And that's one of the things I've been working on. And what we're going to want to do is, since we have them, we might as well make some of the spider and zombie crops as well. We have the skeleton ones going already. So that's pretty simple. We still have enough to make another crop. So we'll have to look into that, see which one we want to go for. And we will just plant these down, and they'll do their thing and grow. If you saw those green particle effects, that's the passive boost that these worms can give to growing items. So that is nice. Can't do anything of the second tier, which require these powerful sprouts. So that's things like iron and gold. You can see they take resource sprouts, the basic ones and the second tier ones. So we'll need one more of those before we can do any of these. I'm not sure which one I want to do first. I'm thinking probably the glowstone. We haven't actually been to the Nether yet, but I think I do have a piece or two of glowstone. Aha, 1. So this is about what I got from my little mining in between episodes, and we're going to want to process it. Got a decent amount of iron. Didn't find much redstone or gold though. Though I do still have some gold and things that I found in the roguelike dungeon, which I did not mean to drop. If we take a look, we could look into Ender.io, which is always a good standby. You know, we could go with a Stirling generator to get our basic power, a sag mill and an alloy smelter, and these aren't too difficult to get. Mostly just iron, some redstone and copper, and a little bit of gold. There's another option, which is the Actually Additions Crusher. Now this one's a little more complicated because we have to be able to make this red Restonia crystal. We'll need some black quartz. So that is, let's see. So if each of these takes, so that's 8, 9, 10. 10 to just get the crusher. And I only have 13 redstone at the moment. Can't spell additions right either. I think they have a generator as well. Somewhere. I'm not familiar with the icons for any of this stuff, so that's why it's a little bit cold generator. Now that's easier to make. That doesn't require any redstone actually. So we might make a cold generator and then go with Ender.io for the moment. So black quartz, do I have any? I do. I have to smelt it up. That's okay. We'll grab this and this. We might need that down the road. We'll also need to smelt up some copper ore. I'm going to try not to smelt up too much more than I actually need. And what was the recipe here? I think we need some sticks. One of these iron casings. And a coal generator. So our first bit of RF power. I said believe it outputs RF. Well, no, yes, I used one of these when I was playing around. And the nice thing about these is that it stops burning when it's full, so... And I think it'll even stop and keep however much is left to burn still. So it doesn't just waste what's in this buffer. That makes sense. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's the case. So we've got some copper. We're going to need some gold nuggets. Because now we're going to want to make 2... This cannot spell today. 2 of these machine casings, or machine chassis. And they take basic capacitors. We'll need some of those. And we'll need some iron bars. It looks like I'm going to have to smelt up a little bit more iron too. Not the end of the world, but soon enough we'll be able to double it. So that will be a nice efficiency boost. So I can make one of those. We'll need 3 furnaces. Yeah, this one's going to take a lot of iron. Okay, so let's see what of this we can kind of pick up here. Also organize a little bit. We'll need 3 of that. I actually had iron bars. It's a little disappointing. Is this enough to make the next chassis? Yes. And furnaces. Do I have any furnaces? Thought I brought... Okay, I have 2. 3. Perfect. And then we'll need a little bit more. Well, actually, let's go for the sag mill first, because that's what we actually need to do our ore doubling. And I think I'm going to be 1 iron short. Yep. So we'll cook up 2, because that's how many this thing can do at one time. Go take a look at our plants while it's doing that. You can see these have grown pretty quickly, thanks to the help from our little worm friends. We can grab all of that. And by now we should have the iron we need. Okay, now we should have the iron we need to make a sag mill, which we can put down next to this. It'll start powering up. Again, apologies for that. What we can do is we can drop in our ore. It'll get crushed down into dusts. We'll get 2 iron. There's also a chance to get a few different bonus materials. So we are doubling our ore. Drop those in, get them smelted up. And then we will get an alloy smelter going here as soon as we have the ore, or the iron for it. So that, again, is just a little bit more efficient. The coal generator is serving us pretty well. It only produces... well, I'm not sure how much it produces. We would need a capacitor for that, which may be something we also go for, so we can have a little bit of power storage as well. So that's enough for the cauldron I need. Also going to need, so you can see I also got a little bit of extra nickel grit, as well as some tin powder. So you get some bonus things, which is always cool. Everyone loves bonus things. And of course a piece of cobblestone, though that is less useful than the rest of it. And I think we just need 2 more iron ingots. Okay, little weird graphical bug there. And we should have everything we need to make the alloy smelter. Yes. We'll let that stuff continue cooking up in there and use up the rest of the fuel. And this one's even better because it can cook 3 things at a time. This one is nice, it can do 2. This can do 3. And this obviously doesn't put out 40 RF a tick, because otherwise it'd be able to keep up with both of these. Oh, I think it's probably somewhere between 20 and 40. And some iron. Do we want to go for it? The basic capacitor bank. Yeah, we don't have enough redstone for that. Sadly enough. What we can do, though, we could get a little bit of basic automation going. I thought I had some hoppers, but it's looking like no. I probably do have some hoppers, but they are probably over at the roguelike dungeon area. I'm actually low on wood, too. That's not great. Okay, never mind. So if we make a hopper or 2, and a couple more chests, we can get a very, very basic automatic ore processing setup going. We'll clear this out. Chest, chest. And what we can do is we can configure this to pull from the top and push to the side. So, as you can see, everything's going out in there. And then I can just go over here and grab a bunch of this stuff and drop it in. And then in the same fashion, we can take all these dusts and just drop them in here, and they will get cooked up as necessary. Now, ideally, we would connect this with the input here, the output of the sag mill to the input of the alloy smelter. And we can easily do that if they're right next to each other, but we don't yet have a way of doing that, because we want to have them touching the sides of this for power. And I'm being lazy and not doing anything more advanced than that at the moment. Clean up some of this. We can put our worms over here. So you can see we have our first of the spider crop, which gives us spider essence, which obviously can be crafted into string or spider eyes. I was hoping to get one more of those powerful sprouts. Which, okay, got 2 more. So if I take some of those and some of those and my glowstone, probably be easier just to look at the recipes and, yep, okay, glowstone sprout. So that is nice. For lucky, you can find these in chests and things. If you're lucky, you could find enough to make it so you never actually have to go into the nether. Although we will be going into the nether here soon enough. So that'll grow. Don't know why there's gunpowder in there. I think that belongs in there. Let's do a quick little bit of cleanup here. And think about what to do next. So we have some basic processing going. Slow but steady. Oh, I never set this one up right, did I? So pull from the top and push to the side. I don't think the pull from the top is necessary because the hoppers push into it. But might as well. In fact, now that I think about it, I could have just used a chest on top. Yeah, well, next time. So here we are where I was doing mining. I was lazy and just started a mine shaft here, as wide as the portal. I got down about this far and came across a big empty space. This is one of these weird sort of underground biome pocket things, I think they're called. So instead of dealing with that, because I was being lazy again, which should not surprise anyone, I tend to be lazy a lot, I came down this side and went all the way down to Y11, I think. And started doing some mining. You can see I left some stuff here. And apparently all of this leftover stuff has not yet despawned. That's because this dimension isn't chunk loaded at the moment. So what I was doing is I have this diamond pick that we made from some of the diamonds that we found, and there's actually some diamonds there. From the diamonds we got from our magic beanstalk pod thing from, I think that was episode 2. I used that for a while, and then I started using this pick that we got at the roguelike dungeon. It's iron, it does have efficiency in Unbreaking 1, but it has mending. So what I've been doing is I've been using it down to really low durability like this, and then mining some coal, and as you can see, the experience is fixing it up. So that's why I'm leaving the coal until I need it to repair the pick. Ouch. So that's the process at the moment, and I've been using the, I guess since we're here, First diamonds I found. I obviously got the achievement at some other point for picking up diamonds out of a chest, I think. But that's that, and wow, that filled it up pretty quick. I'm assuming the diamonds give out a decent amount of experience. So that's that. Not going to do any more on camera. What we may do, though, is run to the surface and do a little exploring up there and see if there's anything interesting. It should be pretty generic and flat, but might be able to find some plants that we don't already have. I really need to add stairs to this. First things first, though, we're going to come back to the overworld. Okay, it's not time to sleep. Note, you do not want to sleep, at least in a normal bed. Ouch. At least in a normal bed in this dimension, because bad things happen. Namely, explosions. I have learned that one the hard way. Now I'm pretty sure there was a way out to the surface. Question is, can I find it again? I'm thinking this was it. So the mining dimension, aside from being a nice place to just kind of tear apart and leave big quarry holes and things, it's a nice place for finding plants and animals. So like flax, we already have. So this is one of the different types of flowers added. Canola, we have some already, but we might as well grab some more. Another one of the flower types added for the different colored dyes. That tree over there is interesting. We can get some mystical flowers going, which actually might as well do that. So grab one, make some petals, throw them on the ground, just have to pick them back up. And I believe this is, yes, flower pouch. Can leave those there, and we can start picking these up. They're going to go into, if it wasn't on our hotbar, or is it on the hotbar is okay, just not in your hand? Let's see. Okay, so hotbar is okay, but if you have it in your hand, they go in your inventory. We can hold, I think it's 1 stack of each type of flower in that flower pouch. Okay. Outsmarted by the mystical flower. So there's also, you can see bees, we can get some here. This is a special type of tree. It is Menril. It's from the Integrated Dynamics mod. I have not actually done anything with that mod before, but I have found these trees, obviously. So if I can find a axe. Again, this is one that we found in the roguelike dungeon. We can take this down. We get a few different resources from it. We obviously get the wood. When you break these ones that have a little sap, you also get these crystallized mineral chunks. And then saplings from the leaves. As you can see, that little thing of sap again. Some more of those. You also get these berries. Mineral berries. They are tasty and illuminating. They're used for a few different things. I don't know if you can just eat them. Whoa, you can. They give a lot of... They give like 2 shanks each, which for a berry is a lot. And I think it gave me an effect, which I think that was night vision. So that's cool. Is there anything else? Sometimes in these flat worlds like this, you can also get structures that spawn. I don't know if this particular mod disables that. So sometimes these sort of flat worlds are a nice place for finding things like villages. But so far, I'm not seeing anything too interesting. Make some baby chickens, maybe. Also not seeing much in the way of new plants either. I know the Agricultural Revolution mod adds a few different plants I'd like to get my hands on if possible. Bit of a cave there. But we'll grab up some of these mystical flowers because we're here. And judging by the looks of things, it doesn't look like we're going to get too lucky with anything too crazy in here. What is this? Burdock. I'm assuming that's another one of those flowers. Don't know when or if well, I'm sure I will. Go away. Go away. What the heck? Invincible little baby zombie. Okay. I don't know when I will get into Botania. I know I will eventually. But getting some of these resources at least is not a bad thing. There's lots of pigs around. I don't know if I've seen any other animals, to be honest. Well, we did see chickens, because I got eggs. So, there are at least chickens here as well. But I'm a little disappointed that I'm not seeing any of the Agricultural Revolution plants, because that would be pretty convenient and easy to find if they were here. There are cows, though. And if we happen to need meadows hives, we know where we can find a lot. That looks to be about it. We do have some, I think this is rice, which I don't think I've collected any of yet. Yep, actually additions rice. I don't need the flax seeds or the coffee seeds or the canola seeds. I did pick up some of those already. Sheep, obviously. Yeah. One nice thing, though, that is showing up here. I'm gonna get rid of some of this junk. I don't really need that either. Are these rocks? So these are from Turquoise. They show up as fallen branches in Wayla, but that's just Wayla being derpy. We actually did see the fallen branches earlier. They give you sticks. These will give you some of these lumps of gravel generally, but they also give you random different dusts. And you can get all sorts of them from here. So we just got some obsidian powder. So that's from Ender.io. But if we ran around here, some free redstone. We could actually pull up these rocks and get some... You can actually get some interesting materials from them. Like this Constantan? No idea. I'm not even sure how you make this. Oh, it's just nickel and copper. So it's not that exotic, but it is free. And free is always good. And you can also find these rocks in the overworld, of course. But it's getting dark, so we are heading back. Need to remember to grab some of this other ore as well. And we will jump back to the overworld. It's looking like we're probably approaching the end of the episode. We'll see if there's anything else quick that we can do. Maybe just do a little bit of running around outside exploring. Just until the end of the episode. Might not be terrible. We'll just start putting... I'm bored. I don't want to deal with this. Let's put it all in there. Except that and that. That was actually a waste of time, but whatever. So it should be dark out, so we can take a little nap. And we'll see if we can't find any other world gen structures in the vicinity. We've already... Stupid skeleton. We've already found the roguelike dungeon. We found some of those Evilcraft temples. So you can see there's the fallen branches, and you can see here's some rocks as well. But there are other things to find. It would be nice if we came across a village. And there's an Enderman. I want to kill him. I want to be at full hunger and health. Oh. Things just went south. Goodbye. Goodbye, cruel world. Yep. Oh. Well, after that absolutely amazing show of skill and talent, and the apparent just wrecking of my frame rate, which is odd, to say the least, I think we will run over here, grab my corpse, seek revenge on the Enderman if he's still there. He probably won't be. There we go. Hello, crash. So, disconnected. That sounds fun. Let's see, did it kill my server? We're gonna call that the end of the episode. I guess that's fate's way of telling us it's time to wrap up. This has been SageEthereal, and this has been episode 4 of the Avant 3 Let's Play. Yeah, that sounds about right. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, tips, tricks, anything you'd like to see me do in this series, anything you'd like me not to do in this series, although I can't say I'll respect either of those things if you bring them up, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And aside from that, it's looking like my server may be down. Yep, okay. Aside from that, I will see you all in the next episode. Take care, and have a great day.